Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Out of Boston, and today I'm back for episode number 15 of my Dallas Cowboys franchise series here on Madden NFL 19, and we've got the final 2 weeks of the 2019 regular season, season number 2, here in this franchise, and I'm showing off the standings. You can see which teams are fighting for playoff spots in this NFC. We've got 2 teams that are fighting for playoff spots for the final 2 games on our schedule. We're at Green Bay and at LA at the Rams, which is going to be a battle for home field advantage in the playoffs. Both of us are 12-2 right now entering our final 2 games, so could be 13-2, could be 12-3, each of us entering that final week. But either way, the winner is going to get home field, no matter who or no matter what happens this week because of the tiebreaker. But we've got Green Bay, who's 8-6, and they are fighting for a playoff spot. They're trying to win their final couple games, but they've got a very tough matchup against us in Lambeau today. And you can see Aaron Rodgers missing his man on 1st and goal. Now it's 3rd and goal. This is a handoff to Damian Williams, and he's going to get stuffed by, it looks like, Jordan Lewis and one other. And now that is going to bring out the field goal unit, and that is going to be a 3-0 lead for the Packers after, I want to say that was Mason Crosby who hit that field goal, but I'm not entirely sure. There's Devin Kajus getting into the end zone, but there is a flag on the play. And when the camera highlights the O-lineman, it's never a good sign. It's going to be holding on Lyle Collins. So that sets up 2nd and 24. Prescott looking over the middle again to his tight end. This time it's Caden Smith, but he can't hang on, as that was jarred loose on the hit by the Green Bay defensive back. 3rd and 24. Prescott looking over the middle. He's got Allen Hurns. Gets a chunk of that back, but not enough for the 1st down. So 4th down, and it's our field goal unit now for the first time today. Brett Maher, his kick is good, and we tie up the game at 3 early in the 2nd quarter. Now it's Damian Williams getting another chance for the Packers on a 1st and goal. He lost it at the end of there, but he was ruled down. 2nd and 13, another run play, but our run defense remains stout. That sets up 3rd and very long. Play action fake for Rodgers, and he's going to get pressured and sacked. And this has been some pretty bad play calling, especially on that drive by the Packers. Our defense is playing well, but definitely feels like Green Bay could have more points on the board. So far, just 6, as that was actually Chandler Catanzaro, it looked like, taking over for Mason Crosby now. But there is a completion over the middle to Kelvin Harmon for a 1st down, setting up 1st and goal from the 4. Prescott throws it as he was getting pressured, and he finds Jalen Smith coming open at the last moment. And that's going to be the first touchdown of the game for either team, putting the Cowboys on top 10-6 early 3rd quarter. Now Rodgers going play action, and Sean Lee had a chance to make a play on it over the middle, but it did fall incomplete anyway. And now here we go. Here's a situation where we have a stretch play called. I'm looking at which side of the field I want to run this ball to, and I basically just see less people on the left side of the field, which means more space for Ezekiel Elliott, who takes off, and he is gone. A 50-yard touchdown run for Ezekiel Elliott, and that is the game-breaking speed that we love to see from him. Make it 17-6 Cowboys, as he makes it a 2-score game with just 1 play. And that is what makes him so special and why he is worth that contract extension that I gave him. But there, Prescott gets sacked as we have a chance for more points here. 3rd down, and that was a risky pass into what looked like double coverage, and it was, I want to say, one of the rookie defensive backs on the Packers getting the deflection there. So another attempt for Maher. His kick is good. We go up by 14 in the 4th quarter, and a turnover gives us the ball back in the red zone once again. So a chance for even more, and it's Zeke. And keep feeding Zeke down to the 1-yard line, a gain of 9. A couple plays later, 3rd and goal. Prescott dropping back, taking a deep drop back, finally throws, and it goes off the hands of Allen Hurns. He had a chance to make a play on it, but did not. So we would take the field goal. That still makes it a 3-score game. So this one is all but over. The Packers having another chance here. Damian Williams, who has 32 yards on 20 carries so far today. He gets the 1st down there, but Green Bay, they do add 1 touchdown. Now they have an onside attempt. Catanzaro is out in the cold here in Wisconsin, and that is going to be fielded by Jalen Smith. So that should pretty much seal it. We're going to have 1 more play here. Prescott looking for that final 1st down, and he does fire incomplete. So we would take 1 final field goal to make it 26-13, and that is going to seal the deal on our 13th win of the season, and that does clinch an improvement for our record over what it was last year. We went 12-4 last year, guaranteeing ourselves no worse than 13-3, and potentially 14-2, depending on how our Week 17 matchup turns out. But here we go, looking at the stats, and Elliott once again carrying the offensive load with over 160 yards rushing and a good average in terms of yards per carry. And it was the defense holding Green Bay to 13 points, holding any Aaron Rodgers-led offense to just 13 points, no matter what the kind of play calling that Mike McCarthy is doing to sabotage Rodgers' greatness. Still pretty impressive performance by our side of it. And we're advancing to the final week where we're taking on LA. And remember the Rams, they lost in the divisional round last year to the Cardinals. And then the Cardinals played the Bears in the championship game because we lost to the Bears in the divisional round as well. But these were two teams that were the home teams in those leagues, and probably the favorites, you would assume, the top two teams in the NFC last year, and they're going to be the top two teams in the NFC again this year. This is a potential NFC championship game preview, depending on how things play out. But the number 1 and the number 2 seeds in the NFC facing off for the final game of the 2019 NFL regular season on Sunday Night Football. Here we go. Rams versus Cowboys. Goff with his offense and the first chance of the game on 2nd and 14. That's a pickup of 13, sets up a 3rd and 1. And they're going to go to Gurley. Gurley gets hit by Lee, but he's going to fall forward for the first down. Setting up a 1st and goal from the 7. Goff out of the gun. Dropping back, feeling the pressure. It's Randy Gregory getting there for the sack. The man who recently signed his 4-year extension to stay in Dallas. He's got a sack 2 plays later. 3rd and goal. Goff again feeling pressured. Fires inaccurately. And that's going to set up 4th down. LA would take the field goal 3-0 early on here, as we're still in the first quarter. Prescott dropping back, taking a huge drop back, and he fires it downfield. Falls incomplete, but the flag down, and this is going to be defensive pass interference, as it was Allen Hurns getting dragged down before he had a chance to make a play on it. So 1st and goal from the 3, and that is Hurns making the catch in the end zone, but another flag down, and this one looking like it's going to go against Dallas this time around. Hurns clearly unaware, as that is number 77, Tyron Smith, and he is going to get flagged for holding, so that's going to bring back the touchdown. And now it is Prescott moving to his right on 2nd and goal. Fires it short to Hurns. Gives us a few of those yards back. 3rd and goal, though, coming up. Prescott dropping back, now moving to his left a little bit. And he's got the middle of the field wide open. And it's Blake Jarwin hitting one out of the park here in the Coliseum. And that is the first touchdown of the game. Dallas going on top 7-3. Goff now with a chance for his offense. But he feels the pressure, and that's DeMarcus Lawrence beating the right tackle for the Rams, and that's going to be a sack, setting up a punt away. So we got the ball back now, middle of the 2nd quarter. That 3rd down pass was almost intercepted by Ibukam, or actually, excuse me, that was Bass, the rookie linebacker for the Rams. That's going to be a false start now for the Rams later in the 2nd quarter. They have another 3rd down chance, but 3rd and 4 turns to 3rd and 9 here from the 48-yard line. Goff once again out of the gun, but he's feeling the pressure, and he fires this one away. So another punt for this Rams offense. Dallas's defense playing pretty well once again. You have to be impressed with how they've played this second half of the season, and facing one of the best, if not the best, offenses in the league in LA, and they're holding them to 3 points so far. This is a field goal by Maher that makes it 13-3. Less than a minute to play in the 2nd quarter. Prescott in the offense out on the field. That throw, as Prescott takes a big hit there, goes incomplete, and there's a flag. This is going to be against the offense. So holding on the offense, and Prescott takes a shot. Not very good, but we're getting greedy here. Going 2nd and 15, play action, and Prescott loses the football. Luckily, Smith was there, the left tackle we mentioned earlier. He recovers it, and 3rd and 28 now from our own 5. We're just going to run the ball, and Donald blows up that running play. Loss of 3. So pinned at our own goal line. Chris Jones has to punt this one away. He does get it off, and it's a good one with the wind at his back. And he utilized it right there, punting it all the way down to the 20. It's going to be fielded by Abdullah, but he does not get up before he's touched down. So the Rams are just going to run out the clock. Before the half, into the 3rd quarter we go. And we've got another chance on offense here, down at the 9-yard line, 2nd and 3. Prescott stepping up. Now tons of time. He's going to take off, and he is in. A touchdown with his feet. Dak Prescott getting into the end zone on his own, and that's going to make it 20-3. Now it's 20-6 actually, because the Rams added on another field goal, but we have the ball back, and that's going to be a 1st down. Tack on 15 more yards, as Elliott was brought down by the face mask, and the ref did not miss that one. So 3rd and 3 coming up from the 23 now for the Prescott and Elliott-led offense. And it's Allen Hurns with the grab over the middle on the slant route. 1st down, keeping the drive alive. But a few plays later, 3rd and 15. This is going to be a tough spot for Prescott, but he does have a lot of time in this pocket. Now he fires, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner making a play, as it was Harmon in the corner of the end zone. Prescott going for the back shoulder, but that was well read by the safety, LaMarcus Joyner, the former converted corner. Now a 4th and inches, and that's actually going to be an automatic first down because it was Randy Gregory jumping off sides there. So we don't even get a chance on that play. The Rams now, they would actually turn the ball over, so we get it back, and we're already down into the red zone. Elliott with the carry only gets a few yards there, but I decide I don't really need to play this offensive possession, so I start simming again, and we actually get a passing touchdown there. And then the Rams would run the clock out from there, so the game is over. We secure the #1 seed and home field advantage throughout the playoffs in the NFC with a 27-6 win in Los Angeles. Now you kind of have to question how much Los Angeles was really trying. Did they really want to go all out week 17 just to get home field advantage? Did they feel confident they can come into Dallas? Remember, we lost both of our losses this year came in Dallas. We're 8-0 on the road now, 6-2 at home. So maybe LA feels like they can come in and win. But either way, a confidence-building win, if nothing else. We beat this Rams team. We feel like we're going to be able to beat them again if we face them. But we've got more important things on our mind right now because Tyron Smith is out for 7 weeks. He dislocated a hip in this Week 17 game, and that is going to cost him likely the rest of the season, including the entire postseason, as 7 weeks puts him 2 weeks beyond Super Bowl week from Week 17. So that's a huge blow. Smith, arguably the best left tackle in the game. And he is a staple on that offensive line along with Travis Frederick and Zach Martin. But getting into the awards, as it is award season, and it's Ezekiel Elliott winning the MVP, like I said, he had been leading that throughout the year. And Kellen Moore with the Coach of the Year for the 2nd straight year. So pretty impressive stuff there. It was Prescott winning MVP last year with Elliott in 2nd place. Elliott also getting Offensive Player of the Year. And for the 2nd straight year, it's Jalen Smith getting Defensive Player of the Year with Sean Lee getting a 2nd place for the voting in that category for the 2nd straight year. And like I said he would as well, in Keel Harry stealing that Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year award from any of our players, as I mentioned that when we faced them earlier in the year, how he had been leading in that category. So comparison of the stats here, Prescott, a down year for him compared to his MVP season last year. Elliott actually got a small bump, 2,400 yards, and that blows away the previous rushing record held by Eric Dickerson. He had 2,105 in 1984. And Elliott had 2,085 yards last year. That was good for 2nd all-time behind, or 3rd all-time behind Adrian Peterson's 2012 and Dickerson's 1984. But now Elliott has the record. You saw Jalen Smith there, his 2nd Defensive Player of the Year award. I was comparing his stats as well to his stats from last year. And then taking a look at the other defensive stats. Actually, we're taking a look at the receiving stats right here. Pretty even distribution. No one really standing out amongst the receivers other than Caden Smith. I think Smith probably is the guy that popped, at least in terms of the rookies, the guy that popped the most. I don't see Allen Hurns coming back, so it's going to be up to the young guys next year. And defensively, the thing that stood out most to me in terms of the statistics were having all 3 of my cornerbacks, Chidobe Awuzie, Byron Jones, and Jordan Lewis, all with 4 interceptions, and having 6 guys with at least 5 sacks. Pretty much everyone who was a regular on the defensive line, Robert Quinn, David Irving, Tyrone Crawford, and DeMarcus Lawrence combined for 25.5 sacks. And then you had Jalen Smith getting 5. He was the Defensive Player of the Year, of course, and Randy Gregory finishing with 9. He had 2 in that final game. And then a bunch of player upgrades. I like to show these just so you guys can see the attributes going up, which attributes I'm going up, and kind of which packages I'm putting into certain guys. Because I do think that someone might be interested in that kind of thing if they're interested in how I'm building some of these guys on my team. But here we go. We're going to be taking on the Falcons in the divisional round. So we're taking a look at the wild card schedule, and you see how things played out. Atlanta beat New Orleans, and Arizona beat Green Bay. Remember, Arizona, as I said before, beat LA in the divisional round last year. So they're into the divisional round once again, and it's going to be the Falcons coming to Dallas. Last year it was Chicago. This year it is Atlanta. Last year Chicago came into Dallas and upset us en route to going all the way to the Super Bowl. Is it going to be a similar thing for Atlanta, or will Dallas get redemption and get their first playoff win under the Kellen Moore regime? That is going to do it. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you guys are excited for the upcoming playoff episodes. I know I am. Thanks for watching, and Zoys, I'm out. Peace.